Your blood pressure may look normal today, but that doesn't always mean your heart is truly safe. Many people rely only on medication and believe everything is under control. But what if your daily routine is silently working against your heart every single day? What if simple habits, what you drink in the morning, what you eat during the day, and how you sleep at night are either supporting your heart or slowly damaging it? And here's something most people don't realize. There is a daily pattern supported by natural herbs that may help your cardiovascular system function more efficiently, reduce internal stress, and support healthier blood flow over time. Not as a replacement for medication, but as a powerful daily support system. Stay with me, because later in this video, I'll show you one common night habit that may quietly increase your blood pressure without you noticing. Heart disease does not usually begin with pain. It begins silently, gradually, and often invisibly, inside your body. Small changes are happening every day. Blood vessels slowly lose their flexibility. Microscopic damage begins to form along the inner lining of arteries. Tiny deposits of cholesterol begin to accumulate, layer by layer, but you don't feel any of this. That's what makes it dangerous. Many people only respond when symptoms appear: headaches, fatigue, chest discomfort, but by that time, the underlying process has already been developing for years. Now here's where the misunderstanding happens. A person gets diagnosed with high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol, medication is started, numbers improve, and naturally, the person feels reassured. But here's the deeper reality. Medication often helps control the numbers, but your internal environment is still influenced every hour of the day by your habits. If your daily routine includes poor sleep, high stress, irregular eating patterns, or low nutrient intake, your cardiovascular system remains under continuous pressure. Think of it like this. Taking medication is like controlling the water pressure in a pipe. But if the pipe itself is becoming stiff, inflamed, and clogged, the underlying issue is still progressing. And this is why many people feel confused. They ask, why are my numbers not improving further? Why do I still feel tired? Why is my condition not fully stabilizing? The answer often lies in the daily signals your body receives. Because your heart does not function in isolation. It responds to your entire lifestyle, your food, your stress levels, your sleep patterns, and even your hydration. And most importantly, it responds to consistency. To truly understand how to support your heart, we need to simplify what is happening inside your body. Let's start with blood pressure. Imagine your blood vessels as flexible tubes designed to expand and contract smoothly as blood flows through them. In a healthy state, these vessels are elastic. They respond easily to changes in blood flow. But over time, several factors begin to affect them. Chronic stress causes the release of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones signal your blood vessels to tighten. This response is useful in short-term danger but harmful when it becomes constant. At the same time, poor diet and inflammation begin to affect the inner lining of the vessels, known as the endothelium. This lining plays a critical role. It produces substances that help vessels relax. When it becomes damaged, the vessels lose their ability to dilate properly. This leads to increased resistance to blood flow, and therefore higher pressure. Now let's talk about cholesterol. Cholesterol itself is not the enemy. Your body needs it for hormone production and cell structure. The issue arises when there is an imbalance. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, carries cholesterol to tissues, but when present in excess, it can penetrate the damaged inner lining of blood vessels. Once inside, it undergoes oxidation, a chemical change that triggers an immune response. Your body treats it like a foreign substance. This leads to inflammation and the formation of plaque. Over time, this plaque narrows the arteries and reduces blood flow. At the same time, high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, helps remove excess cholesterol from circulation. But if lifestyle factors are unfavorable, poor diet, inactivity, stress, this protective system becomes less effective. Now add another layer: inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the most important drivers of cardiovascular disease. It is not something you feel directly. but it is influenced by many factors: processed foods, lack of sleep, psychological stress, environmental toxins. Inflammation damages blood vessels, accelerates plaque formation, and interferes with normal vascular function. And finally, stress hormones. When your body is under constant stress, it remains in a semi-alert state. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, blood vessels remain slightly constricted. Even your blood becomes more prone to clotting under chronic stress conditions. So what does all of this mean? It means that your cardiovascular system is constantly responding to signals. Some signals promote balance, others promote strain. And this is exactly where daily herbal and lifestyle support becomes valuable. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, if all of these processes are happening internally, what can actually support the body in a natural way? This is where we need to be very clear. There is no single herb, no single drink, no single habit that can fix everything, but there is something more powerful than that: a system, a daily pattern that gently supports your body's natural function: circulation, inflammation control, stress response, and metabolic balance. Herbs can play a supportive role in the system. Some may help relax blood vessels, some may support antioxidant activity, some may help regulate metabolic processes like blood sugar and lipid balance. But their real strength comes from consistency and timing, not random use, but integrating them into your daily rhythm. So instead of thinking, what herb should I take? Think, how can I structure my day to support my heart? Let's begin with the most important part of the day, your morning. The morning is not just the start of your day. It is the moment your body resets its internal systems after hours of rest. During sleep, your blood pressure typically drops. Your heart rate slows. Your body enters a recovery mode. But what you do in the first hour after waking up can influence how your cardiovascular system behaves for the rest of the day. Let's start with hydration. After several hours without water, your body is relatively dehydrated, blood volume may be slightly reduced, and circulation may not be optimal. Drinking warm water helps restore fluid balance and support circulation. Adding lemon introduces mild antioxidants and may support digestive activation. This is not a miracle solution, but it sets a physiological foundation. Now let's talk about garlic. Garlic contains sulfur compounds, including allicin, which has been studied for its potential effects on vascular function. These compounds may help support the relaxation of blood vessels and improve endothelial function. But here is the key insight many people miss. The effect is not immediate, it is cumulative. Regular, moderate intake over time is what may contribute to benefits. Next is ginger. Ginger contains bioactive compounds that may support anti-inflammatory pathways and improve circulation. It may also have mild effects on blood viscosity, how thick or thin your blood is. This can influence how easily blood flows through vessels. Now consider hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is rich in antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, which are associated with vascular health. Some studies suggest it may support healthy blood pressure levels when consumed regularly. But again, the key is consistency. At this point, you might think these are simple habits, and that's exactly why they are powerful, because simple actions, repeated daily, create long-term physiological effects. And this brings us to an important realization. What you do consistently matters more than what you do occasionally. As the day progresses, your body shifts into a more active metabolic state. This is when your cardiovascular system is working continuously, responding to movement, food intake, stress, and energy demands. What you do in the middle of the day has a direct impact on how your body recovers at night. Let's begin with turmeric. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which has been widely studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Now remember what we discussed earlier: chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of blood vessel damage and plaque formation. Curcumin may help modulate inflammatory pathways in the body. It interacts with cellular signaling systems that regulate inflammation. In simpler terms, It may help reduce the internal irritation that affects your blood vessels over time, but there is an important detail. Curcumin is not easily absorbed on its own. Combining it with black pepper, which contains piperine, can significantly improve its absorption. This is a small detail, but it makes a big difference in effectiveness. Now let's talk about green tea. Green tea is rich in catechins, powerful antioxidants that help protect cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is another hidden factor in cardiovascular damage. Oxidative stress is another hidden factor in cardiovascular damage. Over time, oxidative stress contributes to endothelial dysfunction, the reduced ability of blood vessels to relax properly. Green tea may support this balance. It may also have mild effects on metabolism, helping the body process fats more efficiently. Now consider fiber-rich foods, especially leafy greens. Fiber plays a crucial role in cholesterol management. When you consume soluble fiber, it binds to cholesterol in the digestive system and helps remove it from the body. This reduces the amount that enters circulation. Leafy greens also provide nitrates, natural compounds that your body can convert into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is essential for blood vessel relaxation. It signals the muscles in your vessel walls to relax, allowing better blood flow and lower pressure. So when you include greens in your meals, you are not just eating vegetables, you're supporting vascular function at a biochemical level. Now here's a key insight. Midday is also when stress tends to accumulate. Work demands, mental pressure, and fatigue begin to build. If this stress is not managed, your body remains in a heightened state. Blood vessels stay slightly constricted, heart rate may remain elevated. This is why taking even short breaks, breathing, walking, resetting your mind can have real physiological effects, not just mental, but cardiovascular. So midday is not just about what you eat, it's about how you manage your internal state. Now here's something most people completely overlook. They focus on what they eat during the day, but ignore what happens at night. And this might be the reason their blood pressure or cholesterol levels are not improving as expected, because your body does something critical at night. It repairs. Let's look at that. The evening is not just the end of your day. It is the preparation phase for recovery. Everything you do during this time sends signals to your body about how it should behave during sleep. Let's start with cinnamon. Cinnamon has been studied for its potential role in supporting blood sugar regulation. Now you might ask, what does blood sugar have to do with heart health? The connection is very important. When blood sugar levels fluctuate frequently, especially with spikes and crashes, it can lead to increased insulin resistance over time. This condition is associated with higher levels of inflammation and increased risk of vascular damage. Cinnamon may help improve insulin sensitivity and stabilize blood sugar levels. This creates a more stable internal environment for your cardiovascular system. Now let's talk about dinner timing. Eating heavy meals late at night places a significant burden on your body. Instead of entering a recovery state, your body remains active, digesting, processing, and managing excess energy. This can interfere with natural nighttime processes, including blood pressure regulation. A lighter, earlier dinner allows your body to shift into repair mode more effectively. Now consider calming herbal teas. Herbs like chamomile are often associated with relaxation, but their effects go beyond just feeling calm. They may influence the nervous system, helping shift your body from a stress-dominant state to a relaxation-dominant state. This shift affects heart rate, blood pressure, and overall cardiovascular tone. When your nervous system relaxes, your blood vessels follow. Now here's an important realization. Your evening routine is not just about comfort. It is about signaling safety to your body, and when your body feels safe, it begins to repair. Sleep is one of the most powerful, yet underestimated, regulators of heart health. During deep sleep, several important processes occur. Blood pressure naturally decreases, heart rate slows, stress hormone levels drop. At the same time, your body performs cellular repair, including within blood vessels. But poor sleep disrupts all of this. When you sleep poorly, your body does not fully enter restorative phases. stress hormones may remain elevated, blood pressure may not drop as it should, inflammation may increase over time. This creates a cycle of strain on your cardiovascular system. Reducing screen exposure before bed, creating a calm environment, and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule can significantly influence these processes. So sleep is not just rest. Imagine two individuals with similar health conditions. Both are taking prescribed medication. The first person continues with irregular habits, late night meals, poor sleep, high stress, inconsistent nutrition. The second person begins to introduce small, consistent changes, morning hydration, herbal support, balanced meals, improved sleep routine. At first, the difference is not obvious, but over time, the second person begins to notice subtle changes, more stable energy, better sleep quality, less fluctuation in daily condition. While the first person continues to feel unstable and fatigued, the difference is not just medication, it is the daily signals their bodies are receiving. It is very important to understand this clearly. Everything in this routine is designed as supportive care. It works alongside your body, not as a replacement for medical treatment. If you are taking medication for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or any chronic condition, your prescribed therapy should always remain your foundation. At the same time, when introducing natural elements like herbs, awareness becomes essential because many of these, like garlic, turmeric, cinnamon, and green tea, are not just foods. They contain active compounds that influence circulation, metabolism, and internal balance. For example, garlic, which may support blood vessel relaxation, can also have mild blood-thinning effects when combined with certain medications, especially those affecting clotting. This effect may become stronger than expected. Turmeric, known for its anti-inflammatory properties, may influence how the body processes certain medications, particularly when used in higher or concentrated forms. Cinnamon, often used to support metabolic balance, may affect blood sugar levels if you are already managing glucose with medication. Combining the two without guidance may increase the risk of levels dropping to low. Green tea, valued for its antioxidants, may also interact with certain medications and influence how your body responds. So the goal is not to avoid these supportive elements but to use them wisely. Start with moderate, food-level amounts. Focus on consistency rather than intensity. Pay attention to how your body responds, and most importantly, involve your healthcare provider when making meaningful changes, because true support is not just about what you add, it's about how safely and consistently you integrate it into your daily life. Heart health is not determined by a single action. It is shaped by the patterns you repeat every day. What you do consistently morning, afternoon, and night gradually influences how your cardiovascular system functions over time. In the morning, your body transitions from rest to activity. Simple habits like hydration and gentle activation help support circulation and prepare your system for the day ahead. During the day, your choices continue to send signals to your body. Balanced meals, supportive nutrients, and stable routines help maintain internal balance, supporting blood flow, metabolism, and energy levels. As evening approaches, your body begins to shift toward recovery. Lighter meals, reduced stimulation, and calming habits help lower stress signals and prepare your system for rest. And during the night, one of the most important phases begins. While you sleep, your body enters a state of repair, regulating blood pressure, balancing hormones, and restoring the health of your blood vessels. This entire cycle works together as a system, and over time, small, consistent habits repeated daily create meaningful, long-term outcomes. Because true heart health is not built in a single moment, it is built through daily rhythm. Your heart is working for you every second, even when you don't notice it. The question is, are you supporting it daily? In the next video, we'll explore hidden night habits that may silently increase your blood pressure. Subscribe, share this with someone you care about, and stay connected. Pharmacon Health, scientific solutions for a better life.